morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike. I'm the Crypto Liberal. Do me a favor. Help me spread the word of this channel because we're nailing it on this channel. We're predicting Bitcoin like to a T. So help me spread the word. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I'm putting out new videos. And follow me on Twitter at @crypto_liberal. So I'm just going to say this once. And then I'll try to restrain myself. And I have to say it though. I have to say it at least once. I told you so. I told you so. I said it twice. I told you so 3 times, right? I told you we were going down. Now, I haven't made a video for a few days, and in that time, we've gone down. And I told you we were going down. I told you not to long at resistance. When all these other jokers were saying, long, go to my link, click my link. Advance your crypto to an exchange, trade and leverage. I get money, you get money, everybody's happy, and you're trading long at resistance? It doesn't make sense. Don't do it. And I told you not to do it. In fact, let's go back and look at a video I made 8 days ago calling these people out. Calling them out. Don't follow these people. Right? Let's look at that video.
Let's look at this. It's ridiculous. So, Bitcoin bull Dennis Porter says, and these are all in the past 24 hours, just remember who was bullish back in July when everyone was too scared, scarred to be bullish maybe. Maybe he meant scarred. I don't know. 30K inbound, he says. 30K, okay. Bitcoin pumping, says Plan C, but I thought it was going to zero, he says sarcastically, I think. Moon Carl says ETH hit 1900 while Bitcoin closes on 25,000. What are your targets? And Martini guy says, hey, give me a little kickback if you want to long or short altcoins or Bitcoin. Use this link. It's a win-win since you get up to 5,000 free using this link. Without using this link, the deposit bonus is only up to 100. So it's a win-win. I get money, you get money. Or how about Carl again?
And my position on Bybit, because I think right now is the time to definitely pay attention to Bitcoin and Ethereum and go into long positions over on Bybit.
Yeah, Carl, go long on Bybit now that we're at resistance. Or how about Dean Crypto Trades? BTC looks ready. I'm expecting this to start expanding in a more rapid manner soon. Trade here at my link. I get a kickback, you get money, everybody's happy. Or how about Matthew Highland? Bitcoin price on our side beginning to break out in the daily time frame. Everybody's getting excited. Or how about Martini guy again? I told you so. I booked Bitcoin bears mega wrecked. Or how about Scott Milker? Now Scott Milker actually gives a reasoned, actual analysis of what's going on here. He says, I called the 17K bottom. Problem is, he also called this 27K bottom and probably some above that. So, everyone here will remind you when they are right and pretend they were never vague or wrong. And that is completely accurate. All these people that for the past few days have been telling you 28,000, 30,000 higher, they won't remind you of that when we go back down. Because, in my opinion, we're going back down. Whether we break resistance now.
There you go. I told you so. I told you back 8 days ago. That video is from 8 days ago. Calling out these people who are telling you to long Bitcoin and crypto at resistance. Don't do it. Don't trade on leverage, especially at resistance. All they care about, literally, these people who claim to be millionaires, if not billionaires, right? They claim to have all this money, but all they care about is you advancing your hard-earned money, your crypto, to an exchange so they can stuff their pockets with a few extra bucks. And it doesn't matter if you get liquidated because they've got your money, they've got your hard-earned money, right? They get a little bit of your juice from your hard-earned money, and they put it in their pocket, and you get liquidated. Because they are asking you to trade, to go long at resistance. It makes 0 sense. And I told you not to do it. I told you we were going down. 8 days ago, I told you we were going down. And you could get lower prices. So why trade on leverage? I will never do that on this channel. I will never ask you to, trade at my link. Go to my link and advance your crypto so I can get a few extra bucks. I don't do that. And I'm never going to do that. I only care about making, first of all, making good trades for me, and I just share that with you, right? And I'm not interested in trying to capture some of your hard-earned money, right? All I'm interested in is sharing my story. And I'm not going to share, I'm not going to do something or tell you something that I'm not doing. And if these people all longed, they got liquidated. If they were longing at resistance, they're liquidated. So don't do it. So help me spread the word. Help me spread the message. We are nailing it on this channel. We are calling it almost perfectly on this channel. So let's look at our portfolio. Well, before we do that, so if you're new to my channel, I've been doing it for about 16 weeks, and my hypothesis since day one on this channel is that that any new money, dollar cost averaging into ADA, Cardano, will outperform any new money that you put into Ethereum and Bitcoin by the end of the year. I've always put that caveat on there. By the end of the year, a year from now, and 5 years from now. And any new money put into Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin by those same time frames, right? And what do? We prove it on this channel. We're proving our hypothesis. And we do that by dollar cost averaging into each of those three cryptos, $100 each week. We've done it for 15 weeks, so we put $1,500 into each of them, right? And track the portfolio. Well, how's it looking, right? Ever since we've been doing it, really, ADA and Ethereum have been outperforming Bitcoin. But this latest dump, which I was expecting, and I'm not surprised this is happening, has put ADA just a teensy little bit behind, right? Bitcoin. But I mean, it's basically even, right? That $1,500 is turned into $1,300 for Bitcoin and $1,280 for ADA. Ethereum is still outperforming Bitcoin right now at this point. Okay. So our hypothesis hasn't been proven inaccurate, right? It's by the end of the year. We still have 4 or some months, right, left in the year. Plenty of time for ADA and Ethereum to continue to outperform Bitcoin. And I still expect that to happen. So, so we're still good there. But the one thing 8 days ago, I just showed you on that channel, on my channel, was talking about those that were telling you to long at resistance. So let's look at Bitcoin. Let's look at where we're at. So let's, what's going on here? Shrink this down a little bit. Okay. So let's go over to where we are today. So this is some long red lines that we've been tracking, right? Okay, so here's the resistance we were at. That red line up there, right? The red line. This is about 8 days ago was when we were right at the top of it. I told you we were at resistance, not to go long. This is a daily chart. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it was right at the top. Right at the top, I was telling you. Don't go long on leverage. And I didn't say for sure we were going down, right? My inclination was we were going down. Now, I've rejiggered this red line just a little bit because of the new data that's come in. But we were at resistance. And I told you the move up was completely unconvincing and that I expected to go back down. So even though I've rejiggered that red line just a little bit, look at it, it's still acting perfectly based on the history of Bitcoin. Look at it. Back in May, June of this year, acted perfectly as support. Once it broke support, you can expect it to turn into resistance. And that's what we've been tracking on this channel. I told you that was resistance. It's strong resistance. Then you go back to January of this year. Wick down to it after we hit all-time highs, right? And wick down to it, acted as support perfectly, right? Go back further. And again, before we hit all-time highs, acted as support, bounced off support and went to all-time highs, right? Perfect. Okay, so then remember last summer when after we had crashed in the early summer last year and we were, in the doldrums for about 3 months? Well, after those doldrums, we started to rally again before all-time highs. We came up to that red line, same red line, acted as resistance, got rejected. Okay. Now go back further, wick down again after we hit 64,000 in April of last year, right? Wick down to it, acted as support perfectly, right? Even acted as support a little bit over here in May of last year, right? Before we broke down for good last summer. Again, acted as support kind of right here and resistance back here in March of last year. And then, really back here actually is when the line was getting established. It was this line, the red line, kind of served as the middle point of our highs, as the movement really from here, you know, back in February of 2021 to about March of 2021, before we went up to 64,000. Really, that line was just getting established. It's kind of the center post of these movements back and forth as Bitcoin tried to figure out its where it was going ultimately, which was to 64 and 69,000, right? So it has acted, this line has acted multiple times as resistance and support. And I told you that it was not going to be broken easily after we broke down below it. And what's happened, right? What's happened? We got rejected off of it perfectly. I mean, to a T. Okay, so now what? And I told you that I expected, I was anticipating the blue line to break before the red line. And that's what happened, right? Now that, I told you when we kind of wicked up above the red line, and I told you that it was unconvincing. Well, this is a convincing break of the blue line support. Convincing. And I told you weeks ago, if that were to break the blue line, the next support is this red line down here. And where does that come from, right? It's based on our lows from when we went down to 17,000, right? Back here in June. We went down to about 17 something. Actually, the daily closed at 18, right? And then, you know, we had a series of higher lows. So this line, this bottom red line, has served as support going back all the way back to here at our ultimate lows in June when we went down to 17,000. We wicked down to 17,000, right? So don't be surprised if in the next couple days we come down to this red line. And, you know, if we hit it here like tomorrow or the next day, it's right around 19,900, 20,000, okay? Do not be surprised if we come down to 20,000. If we come down to 20,000 and we have a convincing break of this red line, then, you know, these lows back here are going to be hit again. The 17s, in my opinion. You know, maybe we get support at, you know, this ultimate daily close, which was at 18.8. We'll see. But we need to look to make sure this red line holds. Hopefully this red line will hold and we can start to build a base again. But that's the ultimate support line right now, is that red line. And it's right around 20,000, okay? So that's what I want you to watch out for. Watch out for that 20,000 to hold. If we have a convincing break below that, then I would expect 17s to be revisited, if not lower. So again, just play it by ear. Play it move by move. But I told you so, and that's like the 6th or 7th time I've had to say it. I told you that support or that resistance wasn't going to be broken. I told you not to trade on leverage at resistance. It makes 0 sense. Don't do it. So that's playing out perfectly, right? Our Bitcoin analysis has just been spot on. Now let's look at Ethereum, because Ethereum made a huge run. We made a 45% profit on Ethereum after we got in, right? I came on a Sunday night during that Terra Luna dump. I said, I'm moving out of Bitcoin into ADA and into Ethereum. And mostly ADA, but also a huge portion of it into Ethereum. And we called Ethereum perfectly. We nailed it at the exact bottom. I made a 45% return, documented it on here and on Twitter. Follow me there at crypto_liberal. I told you when I bought in. I told you when I got out. It was a 45% gain. And if I had waited a little bit longer, it would have been a 50-something% gain. And I'm still sitting on that money because I told you I'm waiting for lower prices. Well, what's happening, right? So let's look at that trade. Let's just do a quick synopsis of that trade, because it's breaking exactly how I said it was going to break. So remember, if you're new to my channel, when we're doing the ETH trade, we're trading ETH versus Bitcoin. And I look at the Coinbase chart and we trade the weekly chart. So again, these are long-term trades. Now, just to remind everybody where we've been, right? I told you this is the Sunday night back here when we hit this bottom red line. I said, I'm moving out of Bitcoin into Ethereum. And what happened after that? We had like 8 of 9 weeks green, just straight up. And I told you my target was this upper blue line. And we got to just below it. I got out at 0.075 Bitcoin. And the blue line was at 0.076. So I got out right below my target, and you know, I might have regretted it for a few days, but I don't regret it now because look, we're below where I got out, and I told you I didn't expect that blue line to serve, or I thought the blue line would serve as resistance. When we broke above it, I said I don't expect that to hold as support. I said that on this channel just a few days ago. I said I don't expect that blue line to hold as support this time, because I thought it was going to act like this back here, where we broke above it, came back down, and then we went down, right, and came back down to that lower blue line before coming up to the upper blue line again, and then it acted as resistance. So I told you I didn't expect that blue line to hold as support this time. It will eventually. It will. And I am expecting the ETH Bitcoin chart to come back down and visit this red line again, somewhere down in here, right? Somewhere down in here. And that's when I might jump back in with the money that I have sitting on the side and put it back into the ETH Bitcoin chart trade. Only then, right? Or not only then, but that's what I'm expecting to happen. So we'll see. We'll see if we come back down and visit this red line. Now, the beauty of this, right, is even if you say you got in with me, you're still up 40-something% if you're still in it. And even if you rode it all the way down to this red line and it bounces off, you'd still be in profit, right? Because we bought down here. It's still lower. This price we got in at is still lower than this red line, which I expect to act as support. No matter where we end up coming back down to it, that red line will act as support, in my opinion. None of this is financial advice, right? But in my opinion, that red line will act as support. So if you got in with me, you know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and you're still sitting on it, I still think you're in a good position. Even if you ride it out until, you know, the end of time, you're going to be good, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. So that's our Ethereum trade. Now, I'm not going to go into all the other trades that we've got in. Our ADA trade is still up, right? That same night I moved from Bitcoin into ADA and Ethereum, largely into ADA. We're still up, not as much. I'll grant you that, because ADA's kind of taken a harder hit the last couple days, but we're still up on that trade. And then our two other positions we've entered, Aave and Polkadot, I think they're pretty much even last time I checked, versus Bitcoin at this point. So we're nailing it on this channel. Help me spread the word. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. You know, I do this just to document my journey and tell you what I'm doing. And I'm not trying to make money off of your backs. I'm not trying to get you to do something that you shouldn't be doing. And that's going to an exchange and trading on leverage at resistance. All these people that I just showed you told you to do that 8 days ago. I told you we were going lower. Here we are. Who are you following? That's all I got to say. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we dollar cost average again into our 3 coins, $100, to prove our hypothesis that Cardano over Ethereum over Bitcoin by the end of the year, not now, by the end of the year, a year from now, and 5 years from now. That's all I have for today. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm going to try to make more videos. Things have just been crazy around here, crazy around the house, crazy appointments, crazy things going on. So I've been kind of scattered on my video uploads, but I'll try to be more consistent going forward here. So that's all I have. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you know when I'm uploading a new video. Look for tomorrow, dollar cost averaging into our 3 coins. That's it. Love you. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Good night.